Greetings one and all to another part of Let's Play Godzilla Unleashed. Last time we have beaten the alien story mode, the final story mode. Now we're going to tackle the multiplayer, starting with basic versus. Of course we can do straight up battle royale, but for this one let's do a simple one-on-one battle for versus. As you can see, we have a crap ton of monsters to choose from, and since we never got to play as him in the campaign, since he doesn't show up in story mode, let's play as... we'll have Godzilla 90s and go up against Godzilla 1954. Starting in Sydney, Australia. Now, of course, Godzilla 90s does make a return from the first two Atari Godzilla games, but of course does not make a resurgence anywhere else in the story mode. So you can only play as these two in multiplayer. Also, if you're wondering why there's no music, that's because there is no music. Yes, these two don't have their own, these two don't have their own music themes. So yeah, while this fight's going on, this is pretty much how Godzilla 90s controls. And honestly, when it comes to iterations of the 90s Godzilla, I'm not really too keen on this iteration of the character in terms of design. Also, here's the grab. Kick right in the nuts. In fact, I muchly prefer Godzilla 90's iteration in the first two. Kick. Ah, fuck. Like so. And for those who have guessed, yes, 1954 Godzilla is a newcomer to this game. And if you had to take a guess, Yes, 1954 Godzilla is a clone of the 98 Godzilla. See, this is one thing about Save the Earth that I like, is how none of the monsters are, well, clones. Kick. Also, if you haven't... I know that this one's more closer to, like, the original suit design, with the more short arms, the thunder thighs, and the shrunken head, but honestly, I prefer the way it looked in the first two Atari Godzilla games. And you want to know something else that's weird? Godzilla 98, not 98, the 90s Godzilla 90s is playable in story mode. In the PS2 version. Hell, in the DS version of Godzilla Unleashed. Oh. So yeah, that was versus mode. Rather boring, yeah, but that's also because those two don't have any music to go with them. Yeah, depending on which monster you pick, determines the theme that's gonna, well, play, which is something I think is stupid. On the plus side, we have Classic Melee. And if we're gonna do Classic Melee, we're gonna do it right. Classic Melee, basically, you need to attack your monster the opposing monster in order to earn points. But who shall we fight? Yeah, that seems right. Next up, San Francisco. Of course, standard fighting game rules are going to apply. I'm going to show off every single stage. Of course, the first one was Sydney, Australia, and here we are in San Francisco. Pretty much for by the way, yes, you can guess Crystal Egg is pretty agile. Also, show off. There's his taunt. You know, while I am upset that the 98 Godzilla didn't make it in to this game. Oh! At the very least, we still have Crystalak to fill in that role. And not gonna lie, I actually wouldn't mind seeing Crystalak in like an actual official Godzilla film. Ow. You know, looking at... Oh! There was Mechagodzilla. And he's back. Jesus Christ, Crystalak. Oh. He fires freaking crystal shards out of his tail. Holy shit, I actually never knew that. Ah. I seem to have the lead for the time being, and I know the moment I say that. Funnily enough, in the DS game, Godzilla Unleashed Double Smash, the way Crystalak moves in that game is exactly like the 98 Godzilla. Like, he has the theropod posture, like the theropod dinosaur posture and everything, like, holy shit. And he sort of does in this game, just not so much because he has to hunch back in the more upright posture. Look at this, I'm just ranking up the points. Oh. 5, 4, 1. Time over. And victory's mine. Knockouts, 1, knockdowns, 35, goddamn. So, that is of course classic melee. You pretty much need to just beat on your opponent and you get points for doing so. Next up, classic destruction. So pretty much, destruction is pretty much the same as melee, only instead of beating the crap out of monsters to earn points, yeah, just destroy as many buildings as you can. And like that, a whopping 1,000. Yeah, you really want to try and go after like the bigger buildings. Like these two buildings right here. And I know those two buildings have an actual name as to what the hell they're called. I just don't know what it is. Pretty much the bigger the building you destroy, the more points you're gonna get. Like that. like really big buildings are worth 1,000. Small buildings are worth 20. Again, it really depends on the size of the building. So you really do want to try and go after like the really big ones. Like the one that I destroyed earlier. Or you know, you can just grab a smaller one. Chuck 'em. Of course, you have a total of 3 minutes. Ah, damn it. Damn it, you took that building. That clears up. Shoulder tackle. Yes, Orga does have the Shao Kahn shoulder tackle. Wait, did he just... Damn it. Man, I should have been Crystallite for this mission. Yes, certain buildings will give you 20, some will give you 100, some give you 200, some will give you 50. Pretty much it becomes more chaotic when you have like 4 monsters duking it out. See how many buildings they can destroy. Like, look at this. I got 6,000 buildings. Yeah, look at that. All those buildings gone. Ow. There goes Mogera being a killjoy again. There we go. Wait, I want to grab this one and chuck it. Even though I know I shouldn't be doing that because it doesn't really grant me points. Ah, fuck. Not like it matters anyway, I have the lead. Time over. Victory is mine. So yeah, that's basically destruction. Again, it's like Melee, only, you know, you destroy buildings and shit. And, of course, we have Last Man Standing. Where Last Man Standing is pretty much, well, fight to the death, basically. Just fight till you cannot fight no more. Just fight till there's only one of you left. Anyway, let's head to Seattle, and you're gonna see something that's pretty off. By the way, you are seeing that right. Obsidius is immune to the lava. Yes, I am literally standing in the lava and I'm not getting hurt by it. I think Obsidius is the only monster in the whole game who's... Fuck. Yeah, Obsidius is the only monster in this game who is directly immune to lava. By the way, if you're seeing that right there, this is the blue health crystal. Yeah, I don't think power surge crystals show up whatsoever in any of the other game modes, which is except for one exception. And it's going to be the game mode we're going to show off probably in the next part. I just wanted to get the main four out of the way. Again, look at this. I'm in lava and I'm not being affected by it. Look at that. I guess while we do have time, I'm not going to show off custom just yet, because custom's going to get its own part. So that's pretty much versus, classic, destruction, and melee. So, the other thing I want to show off before the next part, because I am going to show this off later on, it's the store. In here you can purchase monsters of a variety of different kinds. Not just monsters, but also stages and concept art. Start off for the aliens, the only two purchasable monsters are Orga and Mecha Godzilla. Kind of disappointing, yeah, compared to the Earth Defenders, which has Mothra, King Caesar, Baragon, Varan, Godzilla 1954, and Godzilla 90s. Yeah, the GDF has Vulgara, Mecha King Ghidorah, Jet Jaguar, and Mecha Godzilla 2. Again, out of all the monster factions, I feel like the Aliens faction gets the short end of the stick. Out of all of them, really. Anyway, and of course the Mutants has Space Godzilla, Crystalac, Biolante, Megaguirus, Titanosaurus, and Obsidius as unlockable monsters. As for environments, pretty much Sydney, San Francisco, and Osaka are the three default ones. These are all the unlockable ones, which are London, Monster Island, Mothership, New York, Seattle, and Tokyo. Here we have some concept art as well, which I'll show off a few, but I'm not going to show them all off. Here we have Crystalac. As you can tell, very scrawny build, as well as, well, in the case of the DS game, 98 Godzilla S, which is why when I was younger I called him Spacezilla. That's essentially what Crystalac is. Here you have Obsidious, of course, who is the opposite of Crystalak, who's more bulky, and of course has no eyes because he's apparently a fan of aliens. Of course, you also have this image, which is pretty badass. Like, that is straight up thumbnail / poster worthy. You also have other concept art, like so. There's Obsidious shooting his lava breath, or magma breath. And here we get a bit of an idea as to Obsidious' origin, in a way. Yeah, we don't really get an idea as to the origin of the likes of Crystalak or Obsidious. Here we have a trailer, several different videos, as well as a couple of images that showed up in the Godzilla website when this game was, well, still in development. And trust me, when I was younger, I used to go to that website all the time. Not just for this game, but for Save the Earth as well. So I'm going to show off Crystalak for a moment to give you guys an idea. Of course, it was through that website where you were pretty much given a background information on each of the monsters. Here you have a couple of monster hints. Of course, the thing about these hints is that the hints are meant to give you an idea as to how you're supposed to obtain certain monsters. But I never really got the hints. Like, I think destroying this crystal would allow you to try and go up against Crystalak or Obsidious. Again, there are hints to tell you that, hey, stupid, if you want to try and find an insert monster here, do this. But again, you gotta go out of your way to do shit like that. Like, you really gotta go out of your way. I'm pretty certain there was another piece of concept art that I feel like is worth showing off. Nah. Because there was a bit of concept art, unless I'm misremembering. Unless this is the one. No, that's just enemy fighter jets that are complete freaking annoying jackasses. Yeah, I'm probably misremembering the concept art. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole purpose of the monster hints, is to tell you, hey, stupid, do this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the store. You also have training mode, which is meant to teach you the controls, but really, what else is really there to show off? But yeah, so this part we showed off versus mode, classic mode, destruction, and we showed off versus melee, destruction, and last man standing. Next time we will be proceeding with custom game mode, where you're able to create your own game mode with a ton of different rules, which I'm going to show that off in the next part. Why? Because I can, for one thing. That, and I feel like it deserves its own part. So, until then, see you guys later.